Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and it feels really good to say that. It has been probably about a year since I last filmed, but I have been having an itch to come back on here and film a video for you guys. So I thought, why not start with what I absolutely love, and that is jewelry. Since I was adding a few pieces that aren't really talked about on the internet, I would actually just do one big consolidated video on my luxury collection as of mid-year 2022. So I thought I'd break it down into 4 categories. So I'll talk about my bracelets, my necklaces, my earrings, and my rings. And I'll link some other videos down below because if you guys are familiar with my videos, I do love luxury jewelry, and I think one of my biggest luxury splurges is on jewelry. So I have a ton of other videos in case anyone is interested in some of the pieces I own and would like to have just some further information, or maybe you have a question. I probably have answered it in another video, and if not, as always, you guys can just comment down below and I will try to respond as quickly as possible. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Let's start off with my bracelets, and the first one being the one I have on, and the one I probably had for the longest is my Cartier Love Bracelet. I used to actually wear my Love Bracelet, the Cartier Just on Clue, the small version. I would say those are the 2 pieces I wore 24/7. I recently just took off the Just in Clue, and let me know your thoughts and if you guys have felt this way. But I think one of the things that make the Love Bracelet so special is that, you know, you can lock it on and you never have to take it off, and it's just such a statement piece without being too much, right? I think you could wear this all day, every day, and it just fits every outfit. Where it kind of turns into a con, and maybe not for all people, but something that I've definitely been feeling is after wearing this nonstop for 3 years, you kind of, I don't want to say get bored of it, but I think what I've realized is sometimes I like to change up my jewelry. And something that is hard with having the Love Bracelet is that it's not meant to be taken on and off that often, right? Because as most people know, like, you know, there's screws, and constantly taking on and off the screws, you might ruin the screw mechanism, and it could actually start to get loose. And we've all heard stories, you know, where someone's screws became too loose and they fell, and luckily for some people they find it right away, you know, like they notice it right away, and then for some people they don't, and they end up losing a part of their bracelet or their entire bracelet. So I think that's something that I've definitely been worried about, because these aren't cheap pieces and you shouldn't have to be worrying whether or not it's gonna fall off. Next piece is my Cartier Just on Clue in the thin version. So this is the smaller version, not the thicker version, and this also has diamonds. This one you can take on and off. I know some people have had issues with the thin version specifically because the way the mechanism is you kind of go like this, where the thicker version is more of a pull and close lock, and this one more stretching of the metal. So I know some people have had issues where maybe it goes like the end of the nail flips over to this part, so then you have to like pull it on, and some people have seen that it's gotten distorted because of that. But I've had this probably for about, I want to say 1.5 to 2 years, and have had no issues. I don't really take it off that regularly, so maybe that's why, but I've really been happy with this purchase. And for me, I wanted the thinner version because I wanted this one to be more of the statement piece, and I think just with my wrist, I think it looks better, the thin and the thick, versus if I had 2 bulkier pieces. This is the way you put it on, so it wraps around and it goes like that. So I find really easy, and I stack it where this one's in the front and this one's in the back. And I have a size 16 in the Love Bracelet and 15 in the Just in Clue. I like mine more of a snug fit. I know some people like it looser. Usually for the Just in Clue, you go 1 size down. I wear these nonstop regularly, like as a piece. I've recently, within the last week or so, taken the Just in Clue off, and I've just been wearing the Love Bracelet and kind of pairing it with my 5 motif. My next piece is my Van Cleef & Arpels 5 motif in mother of pearl, again yellow gold. Now with Van Cleef & Arpels pieces, and I had a few, and I ended up, this is the only one I ended up keeping, so I had it, the mother of pearl, also in the necklace version, the vintage size, so it's a bigger size, and I also had the carnelian in the sweet Alhambra necklace, so that's a little bit smaller. With these pieces, because they're using stones, you really can't get them wet or use products like perfume or just like anything that would be harmful to the stone itself. So a lot of the times with these stone pieces, if you happen to, you know, I've heard stories where people shower with these all the time, get products on them, and they're totally fine. But there is a chance that the stone can shrink, so it could end up potentially falling out. So the way it's locked in is it's against the base of the gold and it's pronged together. And, you know, if it shrinks, it's going to be smaller than the actual setting itself, so it can fall out. Another thing is you might lose its shine. There is a replacement charge, which I think last time I checked, and I don't know if they've increased prices, was I think to change each motif is about $250. So it's not a hugely expensive cost if you wear it all the time and, you know, you get that wear and then you only have to change it one. But if you have to change all of them, or if it happens very quickly, I think that could be definitely a much more expensive cost in the long run, because, you know, these bracelets themselves aren't cheap. These are how they look all three together. I really like this stack. I think this is probably one of my favorite stacks. I have been wanting to maybe add the malachite or the tiger eye to my collection, but I think this was a great first purchase from the Van Cleef & Arpels brand, and I really like the mother of pearl. But I didn't really like it in the necklace form. I think something you realize as you kind of go out through your luxury experience and purchases is that sometimes you may like something in one style, but doesn't necessarily equate to you liking it in a different style. So for me, that was the necklaces. And I think the mother of pearl, I really didn't like it on my, like, wearing it as a necklace. I don't know if it's just because the colors of shirts I wear or my skin tone. Like right now I'm a little bit more tan because it's summer, but I'm usually a lot more fair skin in the winter, so I think it just didn't contrast well. Where this, I didn't mind it, I guess maybe because the gold and the way it was stacking. I usually wear these three together, but again, like I showed you, sometimes I've been wearing just these two. I think it's just all depending on like kind of your style and what you like, and I know for me, I've been wearing this a lot. I think even just wearing these by themselves, if you had another one, I think would look really, really pretty. I'm gonna show you one other piece. I have a few other jewelry bracelets, but I wanted to keep more to designers. So this one's a John Hardy in 18 karat gold. I used to wear this one a lot before I got my love bracelet and the Justin Clue. And that's kind of what I was saying. Like, once you have this, it's kind of hard. Like, I couldn't pair this with that. I just, you know, I think it's a little too much for my style and kind of what I personally like, but I used to love wearing this by itself. So that's just something that I haven't really worn this since I've gotten a love bracelet, because I don't feel like they mesh well together, which is something like if you have other bracelets that you like wearing, that could potentially be an issue because you can't really wear it as often if you are worried about maybe the screws becoming loose over time. And let's get straight to my rings. I only have a few rings left. I ended up selling a bunch of them because I think I just had too many where I wasn't actually getting the wear I should be. And I think, again, like, you go through phases. I was really into ring stacking, and now I'm kind of more into more subtle jewelry pieces, or I don't really wear rings as often. I'll show you some of my ring stacks that I had up here, but what I currently have in my collection is the Cartier, and apologies because this is, I should have probably gotten this clean as well when I went to get my bracelet clean, but I have not, so it is a little dirty. But this one is the white gold with one diamond. And just to give you guys a heads up, so Cartier makes you know, three metals. So you have the rose gold, the yellow gold, and the white gold. But their white gold, they basically, I don't want to say have two different versions, but if you get the white gold without diamonds, it's going to have more gray finish, where if you get it in the white gold with diamonds, they plate it in a rhodium finish, so it gives it more of a shine effect. And obviously over time that can wear and become more dull, but for me personally, I like my white gold jewelry to have the rhodium plating because I do like that shiny finish. So just kind of a heads up that if you are someone that likes their jewelry in white gold, you can wear this non-stop. Basically, I do take it off because it's a ring, so it's not something I like to keep on overnight, especially because I feel like overnight or in the summer months, maybe your fingers swell up a little bit more. So I've heard stories of where people's rings gone stuck. Like I've had a friend whose regular love ring that's gone stuck, and she's had to go to like the doctor to take it off. So for me, I personally take it off at night, especially because of the way it kind of finishes, and it goes like this, so you can't really, like, I'd say it's a little bit more difficult and it's a little bit more snug in comparison to the Justin Clue ring. So I think this one's just a lot more easier to take on and off. I think because of the design. This one is the Justin Clue and rose gold. So I do have yellow gold, this is white gold, this is rose gold. So I have all the metals from Cartier, you know, the metals that they do offer. And it really depends what I'm feeling. I think rose gold looks really pretty for my necklaces, but I love the love bracelet in yellow gold. I think it just depends your preference. But if this gives you any indication, is you can mix it up and they still kind of all match together depending on what you're feeling. So you don't have to stick to just one. And the last two rings I'll be showing is my John Hardy ring. So this one is so pretty. It's such a statement piece when I do wear it. So I'll take that one off. And usually I'll just wear it by itself, but I think it's so pretty. I love the green. And there's diamonds all around and it's silver. So this is from John Hardy. And my last one is just this gold ring with diamonds, just really simple, and I like to wear it sometimes if I just want something that's very minimal and subtle versus kind of more of my statement pieces like this one or my John Hardy. The two rings that I did first purchase or had in my collection, ended up selling, was this the love ring in the thin version, so the wedding band, in yellow gold, so with no diamonds, just like the wedding band yellow gold. And let's go really quickly into my earrings. I only have two. So these ones are so pretty. If you love pearls, I think this is such a unique piece that it has both a pearl and diamond. So if you kind of like, I love diamonds, and I also like pearls, so you kind of get the best of both worlds. This is from Tiffany, and I actually do have the matching necklace, so I'll show you guys that a little later. But these are pearl with a diamond. They come in 3 sizes, so I have the medium size. They are new, so I don't really have much wear and tear, but the few times I have worn them, I think they just make such a great statement piece that you can wear both more casually, so maybe for work, but also if you want to dress it up for elegant occasions. So I think it's just a really pretty line that Tiffany's makes that I don't think people necessarily make videos on or review. So if you like pearls and you want something a little bit more muted, and you know, I think of when you think of these pieces, they've been so widely marketed, right, from influencers, and I think everyone knows the love bracelet, and everyone knows the Just on Clue, but I would say this is definitely a piece that is like one of my favorites, but it's not as well known, which I think those pieces are just a little bit more fun to own and have because they're pieces that you don't see all the time, and when you find them and they look really, really good on you, I think it just makes all the difference. These are hoops, so these are in white gold with diamonds. These are also in white gold. My ears are a little weird where I don't know if this happens to you guys, but whenever, even if it's real jewelry, if I do put it on my ear, it gets a little irritated. So one thing I started doing, which has helped tremendously, because before when I would put it on, even if I put alcohol and cleaned it before, my ear would still get very much irritated. So what I found has helped, and what I recommend if you guys suffer from like the same thing, whether or not it's real metal or fake metal, is I put a little bit of Neosporin like on a Q-tip, dab it on my ear, and then put it through. And last but not least, because I think I own quite a few necklaces. First one I'm wearing is the Dior Rose de Vence, and this is such a stunning piece. This is something I got for my birthday, so it was a gift to myself. It's something that I have been looking at and kind of been on my wish list for quite some time, and I finally went to the store and actually tried it on, and I thought it looked beautiful. And this is in the pink opal with rose gold. I have been wanting a pink opal piece for so long, but if you guys are avid jewelry lovers, you would know that the houses that you consider, you know, for jewelry, like the Cartier, the Van Cleef & Arpels, the Tiffany's, they don't really make pink opal. So Cartier used to make a pink opal in the amulet, which I do have in the malachite, but they, you know, discontinue that, so you can't really find it, maybe in the secondhand market, but again, still very hard to find. And then I would think the only houses that I've seen that carry a pink opal in their fine jewelry is the other fashion houses that are not necessarily known for their jewelry pieces, which is Louis Vuitton and then Dior. So I went into Louis Vuitton and Dior, and I want to try both on to see which one looked the best on me. And hands down, the Rose de Vence kind of won. They have, if you have not tried their if you are a jewelry lover and you love pieces that you can wear all the time and just like statement pieces, definitely go check out the Dior Rose de Vence collection. I had seen it in pictures, but the pictures do not do this jewelry line justice at all. I would say in person, the line is just stunning. Like, it's just such a unique collection. I think they are similar to Van Cleef & Arpels, where they use stones mixed with metals, right? So when you think of Van Cleef & Arpels, they have the mother of pearl, the malachite, onyx, you know, and the various other ones. And same thing with Dior. So they have the pink opal, they have this in mother of pearl, onyx, they have like a turquoise. They do have a tiger eye, which is limited edition. You know, that has still some kind of lingering around. But if you love stones mixed in with metals and you want a different look than the Van Cleef & Arpels, I think this collection just looks stunning. I think, you know, I got the pink opal because that's the one I was been wanting, and I wanted something a little bit more subtle. But if you want something to pop, the onyx, when I had tried that on, I was like, this is such a statement piece. It's something that I definitely will probably end up getting later, because it's just so pretty, and just the way the gold reflects, you know. So I'll show you some more close-ups, but I just kind of wanted to put that plug out there. If you are an avid jewelry lover and you love, you know, finding new pieces that maybe aren't as talked about, which I don't feel like this Dior collection is talked about in the, you know, luxury jewelry space as much or as often as, you know, like the Cartiers, the Van Cleef & Arpels. But I think it's such a piece that deserves to be talked about more, and it's just so pretty and so subtle. So without further ado, let's go look at my other necklaces. Next up is my Cartier pink sapphire necklace in rose gold as well, and I have it paired with my Dior necklace, which, as you can see in the pictures before, it is reversible, so this one is great to pair together. This is my David Yurman Hamza necklace in yellow gold with diamonds, and I just paired these three together to show you how they stack and the different lengths that the necklaces come in. This is the Cartier amulet in the stone malachite. This is also in rose gold, so the other necklace I'm wearing is in yellow gold. And this also has one diamond in the center as well. And lastly, this is my Tiffany's necklace to the matching set. So this is a pearl with a diamond at the top, and this is also shown in yellow gold. And just to note, just like with pearls and the stones, you can't really get them wet, but here I am showing the earrings and the necklaces together as well. That's it for this video. I realize this video has been very long. I'm sorry. Hopefully it was informative though. And I'm going to cut it short here. But if you guys want a specific video for my Tiffany pearl necklaces and earring set, or the Dior Rose des Vents, which hopefully I've been pronouncing right. If I haven't, just let me know down below. But let me know and I can make a dedicated video to those items, just because there were some things that I didn't get to mention, just because, again, this turned out to be a really long video. But I am happy to be filming. I'm happy to, you know, be back here chatting with you all. So let me know your thoughts, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.